going on, Armaholics? I'm back with episode 2 of my ARMA 3 Beta Showcase. In this video I'm going to introduce the brand new OPFOR content, such as helicopters, ground vehicles, the STV, and also the recon units. Some features are not going to be explained as detailed as it was in the BLUFOR episode because they're quite similar, so I do advise you to watch that other video first. Let's start off with the red attack chopper. This is the Mi-48 Cayman. This helicopter is a lot bigger than the Blackfoot, and the main difference is that here you can actually transport troops. It has a 30mm Gatling gun turret at the front that is controlled by the gunner obviously, as well as rocket pods for air-to-ground missiles and unguided rockets. It's a twin rotor helicopter, so you get two main rotors on the top but no anti-rotation rotor in the back. This is the 3D cockpit view of the gunner. Pretty straightforward. Track the same as in the Blackfoot, so you can look around freely, but you cannot lean, unfortunately. This right here is the gun view where you can control the turret. 250 rounds for the Gatling gun, 8 air-to-ground missiles and 38 unguided rockets. That is quite some weaponry on one single chopper. The gun sounds do not impress me that much, but cool feature is the gunner can also switch to armor-piercing rounds to engage vehicles. To easier detect your targets, you can switch to night vision for night ops, or also thermal, blackout, whiteout, the usual stuff. Let's hop in as a pilot real quick. This is the pilot's view, 3D cockpit again, track AR support is there. Still no leaning. There are two MFCDs for the instruments, but not everything on them is actually displaying in real time, but you get your main information about airspeed, altitude and stuff like that on the HUD that is displayed right in front of your face. I'm gonna take this baby for a ride really quick, but I'm not gonna engage any targets or something like that. I'm just gonna see how it flies and fire the weapons. The sound is pretty cool, especially on the third person view, or I can imagine that if you're on the ground and you have one of those huge ass choppers flying over your head, especially if you're not on their team. It has to be intimidating. In the BLUFOR episode I mentioned that the flight controls have not that much changed, but now that I've flown this aircraft I gotta say you do realize a difference. In the first video I flew the Blackfoot, and there the controls are really sensitive, and it's very similar to the AH-9 that we knew from the ARMA 3 Alpha. But here with the Mi-48, which is a larger, heavier aircraft, it almost feels like flying a truck or something. Just firing some rounds with the gun. As I said before, the gun sounds, still pretty disappointing. I'm already looking forward to a decent sound mod for at least those aircraft guns or Gatling guns. This is an air-to-ground missile. I'm not flying with the gunner right now, so I cannot tell you how the long gun works exactly. Air-to-ground rockets, unguided, 38 of them. Well, that's pretty impressive. Alright, let's settle down and continue with the showcase. Another feature that I'm still missing in the ARMA 3 Beta is the ability to roll with helicopters, to taxi on a runway. You couldn't see that here in the video, but I tried it another time. And this would be cool, you could at least park your helicopter in a hangar and then roll out to the runway or whatnot and take off. So that's a feature that is hopefully going to be added in the full game version. This is the 30mm Gatling gun, quite impressive. Let's move on. This Mi-48 comes also in a black version. The helicopter is exactly the same, as well as the weaponry, just the camo pattern is different. Continuing with the infantry units, also here for the OPFOR side a completely new category, the special forces, or they're actually called recon in game. Here you don't see that much difference. Most of those recon soldiers are carrying the Vermin, one of the new weapons here in the ARMA 3 Beta, silenced version with a Neotech sight on it. You get the recon specialist, medic, marksman, scout, AT, team leader and a joint tactical air controller. I think that's about it. Most of those units are carrying a rather light loadout, similar to the BLUFOR side. As a recon group, you operate usually at night, silenced weapons, night vision goggles, IR lasers, so you try to go stealthy, you have to be agile and fast, and that's why you have a rather light loadout. Let's have a quick look at the new weapons. Here on the OPFOR side there are two new weapons, although it seems to me as if BIS messed up something with the ammo boxes, because the Vermin was in the BLUFOR box, but it's actually the OPFOR units for carrying those weapons. The OPFOR box, you get the Scorpion, also 9mm submachine gun, 30 round mags. Here you can actually attach pretty much anything you want. You can use IR lasers and flashlights. This submachine gun has side rails where you can attach all those things. You can use scopes, you can use the 9mm silencer. So very customizable weapon. 3 fire modes are available: semi-auto, full auto and 3 round burst, which makes this weapon extremely suitable for close quarter combat. Well, that's how it looks, first person view. Pretty nice. It's not too big, you know, it doesn't block your view too much. For me, not a problem with track IR. Third person view, really nice gun, compact, light. Yeah, as I said, suited for close quarter combat. Let's move on to something bigger. The OPFOR side gets a new machine gun, the Sapphire, 7.62mm caliber. Pretty big ass gun, extremely suitable for firing support, obviously, to suppress enemies while other teams are advancing. Pretty much all the attachments can be used, different sights and scopes, side barrel stuff such as IR lasers or flashlights. I've not tried the silencers, but I guess you can use them as well. Time to shoot some rounds. No, I don't want the pistol, you moron. Here goes. For some reason, semi-auto available on this gun. But obviously full auto is the way to go. Quite some recoil, so a stable firing position is the key for success. As with the sniper rifles, the weapon model has a bipod that cannot be used. I gotta admit, I have not checked in the control setting if there's anything like weapon resting in there yet in the beta, but BIS, please, if you do watch this video, you gotta do something about that. Either remove those bipods from the models, or let us rest our weapons somewhere on a vehicle hood or on a corner or on a wall, because this way it's just ridiculous. Thanks a lot. Moving on, OPFOR APC called MSE3 Merit, a 6-wheeled light armor vehicle. Definitely a bit smaller than the BLUFOR variant, but other than that it's rather similar. You get room for 8 soldiers in the back, and you have a driver and a gunner. Let's hop in the driver's seat. Unfortunately, also here, no 3D cockpit, or not yet. I hope it's gonna come. That's just this regular view, and you can switch to night vision. Turning out appears not to be possible, or is bugged, I don't know, but you cannot like open the hatch and stick your head out while driving if you're not on the fire. Switching to gunner, the gun view pretty straightforward as always. Looks basically exactly the same as it did on the BLUFOR vehicle. 40mm grenade launcher. I guess it's pretty much the same turn as on the Ifrit, but here you can actually switch to a coaxial 12.7mm, so 50 cal heavy machine gun. Those optics have also night vision as well as thermal, white hot and black hot. Same stuff as usual. Also for the gunner, unfortunately, no 3D cockpit view. It's really a shame because I like this view. If it's in the Hunter, the Ifrit, or also now in the SDV, I do like the whole atmosphere that gives you. APC looks pretty nice from the front. What I forgot to tell you is also this APC is amphibious, so you got those propellers at the back. It's actually usable as a amphibious landing craft. Moving on to the logistic vehicles, the Samak is the transport truck for the OPFOR side. Here we get our 3D cockpit again, working instruments, steering animation, and that's about it. The Samak comes in 2 versions. This one here is the one with the tarp at the back, the other one is open, but other than that they're pretty much the same. The last vehicle I'm going to show you is the OPFOR side SDV, so the seal delivery vehicle. I would say it's exactly the same model as for the BLUFOR side, except here a different camo pattern. So that's probably the one that has been upgraded by my Ryan. I'm not going to go for a swim with this vehicle because it has the same features as the BLUFOR version. And if you have seen the BLUFOR Showcase video I made, you're already familiar with its features. If you haven't seen it yet, I advise you to check it out right after this video. So this sums up the ARMA 3 beta content for the OPFOR side, so the Red Army. Also here, freaking engine still running. Also here, really nice vehicles, badass choppers. All in all, nice new hardware to play with. Thanks a lot for checking out this video. Please leave a like and a comment. Go to my channel and subscribe right away. Check me out on Facebook, Twitter, Steam, and Twitch. And please stay tuned for the Green Army Showcase. I'm so American, I'll catch you later. The gun sounds do not impress me that much, but cool feature is the gunner can also switch to armor piercing rounds to engage vehicles. To easier detect your targets, you can switch to night vision for night ops, or also thermal, black hot, white hot, the usual stuff. Let's hop in as a pilot real quick. Hey, what's going on, Armaholics? I'm back with episode 2 of my ARMA 3 Beta Showcase. In this video I'm gonna introduce the brand new OPFOR content, such as helicopters, ground vehicles, the STV, and also the recon units. Some features are not gonna be explained as detailed as it was in the BLUFOR episode because they're quite similar, so I do advise you to watch that other video first. Let's start off with the red attack chart on the back. This is the 3D cockpit view of the gunner. Pretty straightforward. Track AR, the same as in the Blackfoot, so you can look around freely, but you cannot lean, unfortunately. This right here is the gun view where you can control the turret. 250 rounds for the Gatling gun, 8 air-to-ground missiles, and 38 unguided rockets. That is quite some weaponry on one single chopper. This is the Mi-48 Cayman. This helicopter is a lot bigger than the Blackfoot, and like the main difference is that here you can actually transport troops. It has a 30mm Gatling gun turret at the front that is controlled by the gunner, obviously, as well as rocket pods for air-to-ground missiles and unguided rockets. It's a twin-rotor helicopter, so you get 2 main rotors on the top, but no anti-rotation rotor.